There is a natural flow to life, a rhythm that the universe follows. When you fight against that rhythm by chasing, forcing, or struggling, you create resistance. But when you trust, when you allow, and when you open your heart, everything you desire begins to find its way to you effortlessly. Today, let us step into that truth and discover the power of letting things come to you. The moment you start chasing something, you step into a vibration of lack. You are telling yourself and the universe that you don't already have what you desire, and this belief creates an invisible wall between you and your manifestation. When you chase, you are coming from a place of fear, doubt, and scarcity. You are sending out a message that says, I'm not complete without this thing. I need it to be whole. I cannot be happy until I have it. That energy does not attract. It repels. Think about it when someone runs after you desperately. What happens? You pull back, you feel pressured, and it makes you want to move away. The same thing happens with your desires. The energy of chasing pushes them further away from you. The more you run, the more exhausted you become, and the further away the goal seems to be. Life is not meant to be a constant struggle. Life is meant to flow. When you chase, you're focused entirely on the absence of what you want. Your thoughts are constantly saying, it's not here yet. Why isn't it here yet? I need it to come now. Every time you think those thoughts, you amplify the vibration of not having. And the law of life is simple: what you focus on expands. If you focus on lack, you get more lack. If you focus on abundance, you attract more abundance. The truth is, chasing is rooted in mistrust. You don't trust yourself, you don't trust life, and you don't trust the timing of the universe. That mistrust creates anxiety, and anxiety blocks your blessings. The more you try to control the outcome, the more resistance you create. It's like trying to grab water with a clenched fist. The tighter you hold on, the faster it slips away. When you stop chasing, you shift from force to flow. You move from desperation to alignment. You allow life to bring to you what is already yours by divine right. Everything you desire is already on its way to you, but your energy determines how fast it arrives. Chasing slows the process because it keeps you stuck in the energy of I don't have. On the other hand, when you relax, breathe, and trust, you send out the signal that says, I am complete. I am enough. I know it's coming. That energy draws everything to you like a magnet. Imagine standing in front of a calm river. The water flows naturally, effortlessly. That's how life works. But when you chase, it's like trying to swim upstream, against the current. It's exhausting and unnecessary because the current was already carrying everything to you. All you had to do was trust the flow. When you let go of the need to control and surrender to the process, you align with that current. You allow life to work in your favor. Chasing also creates emotional chaos. It makes you feel frustrated, anxious, and defeated when things don't happen as quickly as you want. You start to doubt yourself, doubt the process, and even doubt your worth. But here is the truth: you are worthy right now, as you are. You don't need to prove anything or fight for what is meant for you. The things that are aligned with your soul will never require you to chase them. They will come to you effortlessly because they are already a match to who you are becoming. The key is to shift your energy from wanting to knowing. Stop saying, I want this so badly, and start saying, it's already mine. I trust the timing. Feel the relief of letting go. Feel the peace of knowing that life always supports you. When you embody that energy, you release the resistance that chasing creates. You stop running after what you think you need and start attracting what truly belongs to you. So, take a deep breath. Relax your mind. Step into the energy of ease. The less you chase, the more you receive. Trust that what is yours will find you. It always does. When you live in a mindset of lack, you are constantly reminding yourself of what you don't have. You look at your bank account and say, it's not enough. You see someone else's success and think, why not me? This vibration of scarcity becomes a signal that you send out into the universe. And the universe always responds to your dominant vibration. When you focus on what is missing, you attract more experiences that confirm that lack. It becomes a cycle that keeps repeating until you consciously choose to shift your mindset. The truth is that abundance is everywhere. Look around you. The trees don't produce one leaf. They produce thousands. The ocean doesn't hold a little water. It holds endless waves. The universe itself is limitless, and that same infinite energy flows through you. Abundance is not something outside of you that you need to chase. It is a state of being you create within yourself. It begins in your thoughts, then expands into your feelings, and finally shows up in your reality. When you say, I never have enough, you block the natural flow of prosperity. Lack is a vibration of fears. There is not enough for everyone. I must fight, compete, or struggle to get my share. But this belief is an illusion. There is more than enough love, money, health, and joy in this universe for every single person. The problem is not that abundance is missing. The problem is that we have been conditioned to believe it is scarce. As long as you believe in scarcity, your life will reflect it. Shifting from lack to abundance starts with gratitude. Gratitude is the bridge that takes you from fear to faith. When you appreciate what you already have, you open the door for more blessings to enter. Say to yourself every day, I am thankful for the breath in my lungs, the roof over my head, the food on my table. These may seem like small things, but they carry powerful energy. The more you focus on what is good in your life, the more good flows in. The next step is to change the story you tell yourself. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, say, money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. Instead of thinking, opportunities never come to me, affirm, life is always opening doors for me. Words have power. Every thought you think and every word you speak is a command to your subconscious mind. When you speak abundance, you align with it. When you speak lack, you reinforce it. Another powerful practice is to feel abundance now, even before you see it. This is the secret that so many overlook. You cannot wait until your bank account is full to feel abundant. You must feel it first, and then the outer world will reflect it. Close your eyes and imagine what it feels like to live in overflow. Imagine paying your bills with ease, giving freely to others, and having more than enough for everything you desire. Let that feeling wash over you until it becomes real inside of you. When you hold that vibration, the universe has no choice but to match it. It's also important to release comparison. Lack often shows up when you measure your life against someone else's. You see their success and think it means there is less for you. But someone else's blessing does not take away from yours. The universe is not limited. Their abundance is proof that yours is possible too. Celebrate their success and affirm, if it can happen for them, it can happen for me. Finally, trust the process. Moving from lack to abundance is not about forcing results, it's about creating alignment. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with abundance, opportunities start to appear effortlessly. People, resources, and ideas flow into your life in perfect timing. You stop struggling and start receiving. Life begins to feel lighter because you are no longer fighting for what is already yours. So, take a deep breath and let go of the fear that there isn't enough. Declare right now, I live in an abundant universe. There is more than enough for me. I am worthy of overflow, and I welcome it into my life. When you embody this truth, you shift your entire reality. You become a magnet for prosperity. Not because you chase it, but because you finally believe it is yours. Abundance is not something you get. It is something you allow. And when you allow, everything you desire flows to you with ease. The world around you is a mirror reflecting what is happening inside you. Most people try to change the reflection instead of adjusting the image within. They fight circumstances, chase validation, and try to control outcomes, thinking that happiness and success will arrive when the outside world looks a certain way. But this approach keeps you in a constant cycle of frustration because the outer world is not where true power lies. Your power is within you. When you shift your inner state, everything outside begins to transform naturally. Trying to control the outer world is like rearranging the clouds to create sunshine. It is an endless struggle because the outside is a result, not the cause. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are the cause. The experiences you see around you are simply the effect. When you understand this truth, you stop wasting energy on fixing what's outside and start focusing on your vibration. Your inner state determines your outer reality. When you feel anxious, fearful, or desperate, your energy becomes heavy, and that heaviness attracts more experiences that match it. You may be thinking, why isn't this working? Why do things keep going wrong? It's because your focus is on the problem, and the more you look at the problem, the more you amplify it. But the moment you center yourself, calm your mind, and choose thoughts of peace and gratitude, your energy shifts. That shift sends out a signal to the universe that says, I am aligned. I am ready for good things, and life responds in ways you could never force through effort alone. Imagine a stormy ocean. If you stand on the shore screaming at the waves to calm down, nothing changes. But if you go inward and learn to steady despite the storm, you create peace within. Eventually, the waves settle on their own. Life works the same way. When chaos surrounds you, your greatest power is to remain calm, grounded, and focused on what you can control. Your thoughts, your emotions, your attitude. People often say, I'll feel happy when I have the money, the relationship, the job. But waiting for the outside to change before you allow yourself to feel good is backward. Happiness is not the result of circumstances. It's the cause of them. When you choose joy, even in small moments, you attract more reasons to feel joy. When you choose gratitude, you draw in more blessings. Your outer world is always catching up to your inner world. If you want a better reality, start with your inner state today. One of the most powerful practices you can adopt is mindfulness, being present in this moment without judgment. When your mind races with worries about the future or regrets about the past, your energy becomes scattered. You start to react instead of create. But when you come back to the present, breathe deeply and remind yourself, I am safe, I am enough, I am supported, everything softens. Your body relaxes, your thoughts slow down, and your vibration rises. In that state of alignment, solutions appear effortlessly. Another key is self-talk. What you say to yourself matters more than what anyone else says about you. If your inner dialogue is filled with criticism, doubt, and fear, you will feel powerless no matter what is happening outside. Begin speaking words of love and encouragement to yourself. Say, I am capable. I am worthy. I am creating a beautiful life. These words are not empty. They carry energy that shapes your beliefs and your reality. Detachment is also essential. This does not mean giving up on your desires. It means releasing the desperate need for them. When you cling too tightly to an outcome, you block its flow. Trust that what is meant for you will come in the right way and at the right time. Your job is to stay aligned, not to control the details. The more you trust, the more life opens up for you. So, instead of chasing external validation or fighting circumstances, turn inward. Cultivate peace in your mind and love in your heart. Nourish your soul with positive thoughts and calming practices. The more stable and harmonious you feel inside, the more your outer world will reflect that harmony. Everything you desire, success, love, abundance, begins with your inner state. When you make your inner world your priority, the outer world takes care of itself. Life has its own rhythm, a natural order that unfolds in perfect harmony, even when it doesn't align with your personal timeline. Yet, so often we resist this rhythm. We want things to happen now. Love, success, healing, abundance. When it doesn't happen in our expected time frame, we feel anxious, frustrated, and even hopeless. But the truth is, the universe knows the exact timing for every event in your life. When you learn to trust that timing, you open the door to peace, flow, and miracles. Think of a seed planted in the soil. You do not dig it up every day to see if it is growing. You water it, you nurture it, and you trust that nature will do its work. In time, the seed sprouts, grows roots, and becomes a strong plant. Life works the same way. Your desires are like seeds. The moment you set an intention, the process begins. But if you keep checking, doubting, and worrying, you disturb the natural growth. You must allow time for the unseen work to take place beneath the surface. The problem arises when we believe delays mean denial. We think, it's taking too long, so maybe it will never happen. But this belief is an illusion. A delay is often protection or preparation. Sometimes the thing you want is ready, but you are not yet in alignment to receive it. Or perhaps something better is being arranged for you. Life is always moving in your favor, even when you cannot see it. When you force timing, you invite stress and resistance. You try to make things happen by pushing, chasing, or overworking. This not only exhausts you, but also creates an energy of desperation that repels the very thing you desire. True manifestation does not come from force. It comes from faith. Trust is your greatest power because trust says, I know it's coming. I don't need to control how or when. The patience is not waiting and doing nothing. Patience is maintaining a positive expectation while life arranges everything for you. It's the calm confidence that says, I don't see it yet, but I know it's on its way. This attitude keeps your energy high and your vibration aligned with what you want. And when you are aligned, opportunities and blessings find you effortlessly. Look back at your own life for a moment. How many times did something you desperately wanted not happen when you wanted it, only for you to realize later that it was a blessing? Perhaps you didn't get that job because a better one was waiting. Maybe that relationship ended because it was clearing space for someone who would truly love and value you. Life has a bigger picture than you can see. When things don't happen according to your timeline, it is not a punishment. It is divine timing at work. Another important truth about timing is this: what comes too soon can collapse. If you receive something before you are ready to handle it, it can bring stress instead of joy. Sometimes life delays things because it is building your strength, wisdom, and stability. It is preparing you to hold the blessing without fear of losing it. So instead of asking, why is it taking so long, ask, how can I prepare for what I've asked for? This shifts your focus from lack to growth. Trusting the timing of life also means letting go of comparison. When you see others achieving what you want, it's easy to feel left behind. But someone else's season of harvest has nothing to do with your own. Their time is theirs, and your time will come when everything is perfectly aligned. There is no need to rush because what is meant for you will never pass you by. So breathe. Release the need to control every detail. Affirm to yourself, Everything I desire is coming to me at the perfect time and in the perfect way. Feel the peace that comes from trust. When you stop fighting the clock and start flowing with life, everything becomes easier. The right people, opportunities, and experiences will appear when the time is right. Not a moment too soon and not a moment too late. Your only job is to stay aligned, stay grateful, and keep believing. Life's timing is always perfect, even when you don't understand it yet. One of the most powerful principles of creation is to live as if what you desire is already yours. Most people live in the energy of wanting, constantly saying, "I hope it happens," or "I need this to be happy." But wanting only reinforces lack. It keeps you focused on the absence of your desire. The universe responds not to what you say you want, but to what you feel and believe to be true. When you live as if it's already done, you align your energy with the outcome you seek, and life begins to rearrange itself to match that vibration. Living as if is not about pretending or forcing. It's about embodying the feeling of your desire right now, before it physically appears. It's stepping into the reality you wish to create and making it your emotional home. If you want love, feel loved now. If you want wealth, feel abundant now. If you want success, feel successful now. This inner shift is the key that unlocks the outer reality. Why does this work? Because everything is energy, including your thoughts and emotions. When you feel desperate for something, you send out a signal of lack, and lack attracts more lack. But when you feel gratitude and joy as if you already have it, you emit a powerful frequency of completion. That signal pulls the matching reality toward you effortlessly. Think of the times you felt truly confident or deeply grateful. Did you notice how everything seemed to flow easily? That's alignment. When you live in the state of having rather than wanting, you magnetize opportunities, people, and resources that match that state. It's like tuning a radio. You must set your inner frequency to the channel of your desire before you can hear the music. So how do you live as if you already have it? Start with your imagination. Close your eyes and visualize yourself living your desired life. See the details clearly. The sights, the sounds, the emotions. If it's financial freedom, imagine opening your bank app and seeing abundance. If it's love, imagine sharing laughter and joy with your partner. But don't just see it, feel it. Feel the excitement, the peace, the security. Let those emotions flood your entire being. The more real it feels inside, the faster it becomes real outside. Next, bring small actions into your daily life that reflect your new reality. If you want to feel prosperous, stop saying, "I'm broke." Instead, speak words of wealth and act with confidence in your financial decisions. If you want to feel loved, treat yourself with kindness and care as if you are already in the healthiest relationship. If you want success, carry yourself as someone who has already achieved greatness. These small shifts tell your subconscious mind, "This is who I am now," and your subconscious begins working to make it true. Gratitude is another powerful tool. Be thankful now, not just for what you have, but for what is on its way. Say, "Thank you for the abundance flowing into my life. Thank you for the love that surrounds me. Thank you for the opportunities that keep appearing." Gratitude anchors you in the energy of having instead of wanting. It turns your attention away from lack and toward abundance. The challenge for most people is that they let the outer world dictate their inner state. They look at their current circumstances and say, "It's not here yet, so I can't feel happy." But the secret is to reverse that pattern. Feel happy first, and the circumstances will follow. When you live as if, you step into the vibration of the future you desire, and that future starts to manifest in the present. This is not about ignoring reality. It's about creating a new one. You are not lying to yourself. You are choosing to align with the truth that already exists in the unseen. Everything you want is available in the field of infinite possibilities. Your job is to match it with your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So decide today to live as if. Walk, talk, and think like the person who already has everything they desire. Let that energy guide your choices. And most importantly, trust that when you embody the feeling of your desire now, the universe will deliver the physical experience in perfect timing. What you believe, you receive. And when you live as if, you are saying to life, I am ready, I am worthy. It is already mine. Letting go and allowing is one of the most powerful steps you can take to create the life you desire. Yet for many people, it is also the hardest. We are taught to control everything, to plan every detail, to push, to strive, to make things happen. But true manifestation does not come from control, it comes from trust. When you hold on too tightly, you create resistance. When you allow, you open the door for miracles. Think about the times you have tried to force an outcome. Perhaps you clung to a relationship, trying to make it work, even when every sign said it was not aligned. Or maybe you pushed endlessly for a job or opportunity, exhausting yourself in the process. What usually happens in these situations? The more you try to control, the more frustrated and disappointed you become. This is because forcing comes from fear, the fear that if you let go, you will lose everything. But that fear is an illusion. In truth, what is meant for you can never miss you. Letting go does not mean giving up on what you want. It means releasing the desperate attachment to how and when it will come. It means trusting that the universe, God, or life itself is arranging everything for your highest good, even when you can't see it yet. Your job is not to control the outcome. Your job is to align with it. When you let go, you move from resistance to flow. You allow the natural rhythm of life to bring you what is already yours. Holding on tightly is like clenching your fists around water. The harder you grip, the faster it slips away. But when you open your hands, the water rests gently in your palms. That is the power of surrender. When you let go of fear and trust the process, you create space for blessings to enter. You stop blocking the very thing you've been asking for. Many people struggle with letting go because they confuse it with lack of effort. But letting go does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your part and then releasing the need to control the rest. Plant the seed, water it, and trust that it will grow in its own time. Worrying about when it will sprout does not make it grow faster. In fact, worry delays the process because it lowers your vibration. Peace and trust accelerate it. Allowing is an act of faith. It says, I trust that what is for me will find me. I trust that I do not need to force anything because everything I desire is already on its way. This mindset brings calm to your soul. It frees you from anxiety and obsession. It allows you to live in joy now instead of postponing happiness until your desire arrives. One way to practice letting go is to observe your thoughts. When you notice yourself worrying about how or when something will happen, pause and breathe. Say to yourself, I release this. I trust the process. These words carry power because they shift your energy from fear to faith. Another powerful practice is gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you already have and what is coming. Say, thank you for the blessings that are unfolding for me now. Gratitude moves you into the vibration of receiving. Detachment is also key. Detachment does not mean you stop caring about your desires. It means you stop needing them to feel whole. When you release that need, you become magnetic. Why? Because the energy of desperation pushes things away, while the energy of trust attracts them. When you no longer cling to the outcome, you send a signal to the universe that says, I am complete. and I know everything I need will arrive in perfect timing. Letting go and allowing is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is understanding that life's intelligence is greater than your plans. It is choosing peace over control and faith over fear. When you practice this, you begin to experience the magic of alignment. Opportunities appear effortlessly. The right people enter your life without struggle. Doors open where there were once walls. This is the power of surrender. So today, decide to let go of the struggle. Release the grip of fear and trust the flow of life. Say to yourself, I allow good things to come to me. I trust the timing, the process, and the journey. When you let go and allow, you step into the energy of ease. And in that energy, everything you've been waiting for begins to arrive, often faster and better than you ever imagined.